The NPP, the formation of the NPP, the main reason is they want to forget about what the JVP did. Now, the JVP in 89 and before that...
Interesting conversation.
Before that, there was immeasurable damage, irreparable damage done to the country.
Like
the
83,
economy.
No?
Not 83.
Now, you can reply. Okay? So, I know it's very uncomfortable for you when I talk about this. So now what they are trying to say is, all these people have done damage, therefore we are the best guys in the classroom, give it to us. So are they divorcing themselves from the damage they did during 83, 71, during those 2 or 3 insurrections? There were so tea tea factories which were burnt, Honorable Governor. There were so many garment factories which were burned. There were so many buses which were burned.
Transformers.
There were so many electrical transformers and various things. So what I'm saying is this.
And so many people are killed.
Killed. So are they divorcing? Isn't that damage? One is that. Isn't that a loss for the country? So killing of people in the name of revolution or whatever, is it justifiable?
We'll ask Chaturanga with you.
One small thing, he can reply also. So they were in with Chandrika.
And Andra said sorry.
No,
I told you. So they were.
He had to go to Canada to say sorry.
Boy was escort out.
He must apologize first of all.
No,
What I'm saying is, Rasul, now if you have made a mistake, you can come and say, right, I have done this. This has happened during our tenure. We are sorry, 100% we are sorry for this. This is not going to happen again.
Chaturanga.
Right, but now without that, they are trying to change the name. Now UNP, Port Tour, all of them, they have contributed to the present status of the country. But what I'm saying is this: now you take the good things in the UNP. They brought the free market economy. Then they made the Mahaveli. There were good things which happened. Then during Mr. Mahinda Rajapaksa's tenure, he ended the war and the economy started growing. After that, they started robbing. That's a different issue. But still, there were good things which happened. But what I'm saying is, now if you take the JVP, okay, there was destruction. The only good thing they did was they were a good whistleblower at the provincial council level, at the Pradesh Sabha level, at parliamentary level. They were very good whistleblowers. That is the only duty they did very well. So
Chaturanga.
Yes, I mean, these are the allegations that has been discussed over and over again.
But that's a fact also.
No. You can't brush it over and over again. If it's
you can bring it up.
When you say 70 years, they've been there. They helped Mahinda Rajapaksa. They were hooked in with Ranil Wickramasinghe. So they were always there.
Yeah.
So after about 1 or 2 years, they simply say no.
So now there's a lot of allegations. Can you give me 3 minutes to answer? So number
I'll give a few minutes to answer.
So the 71-89 cannot be discussed in isolation, right? Especially 71 is a story that party has explained, and 89 is a story that has begun from 83. Nobody is asking responsibility of UNP, what they did in 83, and taking off few parties without any evidence and putting them off the democratic practice. And then not only JVP, some people who are now the Prime Minister of Sri Lanka who fought for against the Indo-Lanka agreement, and there was problems, right?
So you are saying that 71, 83, 89, the JVP made a mistake.
Not a mistake. It was
Still they don't accept it.
No, we don't.
Still they don't accept
because
it. That's the problem.
Because it was outcomes of the incidents that took place.
That should have never happened. I mean, come on. They must. If they make a mistake, you must come and have the courage to come and say we are sorry. We are sorry.
So I'm not talking on behalf of JVP here.
No. You're talking on behalf of the NPP.
Yeah. 90% of the NPP is the JVP.
Okay, so
90% of the NPP is the JVP.
I told what I can tell.
JVP and NPP.
Okay, now let's say, so since 1994, we have been in the democratic process and strengthened the democracy as well.
All right, so I'm trying to figure it out. I'm putting it into perspective. So you're saying there were mistakes before 1994.
Not mistakes. So at the condition. So there are not only. So
killing people is okay.
So what I'm trying to say.
No, I'm asking Chaturanga.
It was a civil war, no? It's a civil war. So two parties kill each other. So the government of UNP has
What is the
killed
civil war?
60,000.
Civil war.
There was no civil war.
There was no civil war.
There was no civil
So
war.
there was insurgents.
What your people did was your village level fellows went and started cutting
many
necks
people
and
are killed?
terrorizing
So now
the village.
now the stories were written by the government, and the real stories were not told into the public even. Now even at the Aragalaya, people know how the government reacted.
But when we hear all these stories, we fear.
Yeah.
People
So that's
fear.
right. So you don't have to fear, because the party in 2015 made a convention. Anura was the leader. He said the future Aragalaya or future power change is not between guns and guns. It's between knowledge and knowledge. And the party, as a JVP, we are not taking the route of uprising.
Dr. Godeva,
The
yes.
weapons, right?
So, Dr. Godeva, yes.
I have to make two observations on this. This gentleman, at the very beginning, owned Aragal. Basically said almost all the people who were in the Aragal were his people. When you ask for the percentages, it's a vast majority.
I said they are supportive of it.
So then you can't separate the people who went around burning the country, who went and killed people. Right? You can't say those people are not part of Aragalaya. They were also part of Aragalaya. And I remember very well, I spoke about this in Parliament also. Just 2 months before Aragalaya, I played that video clip also. I don't have it now. NPP leader, JVP leader also, same person, mentioning that there's no need for constitutions. The new system is evolving. There's no need for constitutions in this country. So all these things have put in fuel to Aragalaya. Look at Aragalaya, what happened? My house was also burned, right? I just came to Parliament. My house was built with my own money, right? And that was burned. And people who came with petrol bombs, fully prepared. You think that can happen within 2 hours or 3 hours? No. They went from
So
house
the president can't figure out.
Wait, let me finish. They went from house to house, burning down the houses of all government parliamentarians, very well prepared. So I don't know who was behind that. But when you say that Aragalaya people were your people who vast majority supporting, then you have to own that. That is what I want to say.
That's a nice logic. No, basically,
It's very much a logic.
so people,
It is a nice logic. Thank you.
Good point.
It is not a good point actually. What I said initially, you can correct it. The people who are part of Aragalaya are not only the people who are in Goalface, people from overseas, people from
But we can't.
support.
But honestly,
Right?
Ranga, let's not talk about the people overseas, because they will not come to Sri Lanka and vote.
No, what I have tried to say
because-
was people
just
were
because-
asking for a change. Aragalaya was not to burn down houses.
No, but when
right?
Aragalaya didn't know. That's a fact. No. That's a fact. No.
So that's what I'm saying. You have the police.
I'm a victim.
So
here.
now you have the police, you have the CID and all that. The people who burn down houses should be caught and should be put behind bars. That's no problem. And we know as NPP and the JVP, none of our members got involved in that action.
we saw something very in '83. I was not even born, but my father used to say that 83 when the riots were all taking place.
The ones done by UNP.
Once that were
83,
done-
no?
83
Yeah.
riots. Okay,
Okay.
I don't know whether it was done by the UNP or not,
course.
but I'm just saying. At that time, J.R. Javadan should have taken action. He didn't. He failed to take action, and he just turned a
Because
blind
they
eye.
did it. No. How can they take action? Cyril Matthew and all these people. So they did. They went down, and Ranil Wickremesinghe also part of burning down the Jaffna library.
So, but that doesn't mean that in 2022 you all have to be part of burning down houses. No.
So we were not part of it. Who's saying
No,
that?
because you said no. You tried to justify when Ranil Wickremesinghe burned the Jaffna.
No, who's saying
tried to
that?
imply it.
Who's saying we were part of burning down houses?
No,
So you own the
they were saying-
Aragalaya, now you disown the
Nalaka,
Aragalaya.
what have you said?
He said that if you are owning,
If you're
the 2
owning, I'm
million
saying if you're
people-
owning
if you're
Aragalaya.
owning,
I
people are
didn't
owning.
say owning. I said people who are part of Aragalaya is looking for a change.
So let's
and
just say-
those people are now supporting.
when
us.
Sajid
Chaturanga, what you said was there were 3 million in the Aragalaya.
Yeah.
Out of the 3 million, 2 million are with you all.
Mostly.
Mostly 2 million are with you all.
Yeah.
So then, with that, Dr. Nalaka could have brought in the argument, if that is the case, then this vast majority of 2 million should be responsible for burning these houses.
No, so only very few people. He said it was organized petrol bomb.
That is his
That
argument.
must be that 1 million, surely.
No. So if the houses were burned down by the organized crime, organized team, they should have been caught by now. Why the government is not taking action? And we are very clearly saying none of our members are part of that burning down action of Aragalaya.
How many members you have? How many party members you have?
We have about 150,000.
So the Aragalaya has 2 million. So you can't say that when somebody gets caught, he's not a party member. You would have been very much a supporter of yours.
Supporters.
Yeah. Do you get my point? No.
Most of the supporters, most of the people who go SLPP voted.
Let's say a supporter goes and burns the house. He's not your party member.
Right.
So you can say that he's not a party member. Yes, he's not a party member, but he's a supporter.
So let the people decide as to what
Yeah, of
happened,
course.
what transpired.
People have already decided.
And no, people are yet to decide. We
Yet
will
to
have
decide.
election next Chaturanga.
We didn't go for election.
So as soon as we have an election, let the people decide as to who they
This
want.
arrogance is good.
That shows what to come. Can I just mention one thing, because I was very much part of it. My house was burned down, right? I didn't even try to find out who did that.
Why?
Because listen, that is because we don't hate people who hate. I'm a Buddhist, right? Hatred doesn't solve the problem, right? And there were many people in the past politically victimized by the so-called J.R. Javadana government. You mentioned Dinesh Gunawardena, Vijay Kumar Tunga. Those people didn't start an insurgency and go around killing people. So I don't think if somebody's arguing and say government did something bad, so we had a circumstances equal reaction. I'm very worried about what's yet to come. I don't think that is the way a democratic country should behave. Violence doesn't solve the problem, right?
Precisely.
Democracy is not violence. So if somebody thinks there's no other way we have to react that way, I'm very worried about what's yet to come.